replicating that next year. They could look at how it happened, try to run a bit of a better road, but still having that legacy behind them. We're a team that made playoffs. We can do it again. We weren't as middle as a pack as we thought. See if they can push themselves out of that position to get higher in the standings. We had a lot of mid lane bans coming out last time. With the Vladimir still being left up, that will go to the weight side. And we'll probably get that, maybe even Sivir out there. It's been a big thing for Envy, but we usually don't see the Sivir ban. Somebody just takes it away usually.
Yeah, Rek'Sai is what's missing right now. Ryze has also not really been noticed much in this series from either team.
That's true. There it is, one R. See if we get the other R. Junglers are going to have to push themselves again onto something else. It's going to be the Malzahar. Somewhat there.
There you go. Now, is it big enough a deal for Envy to first pick the Sivir? Because it feels like such a big thing for them. Late game insurance, enabling the rest of the team to dive forward. Yes, Ninja was our player of the game last game, but it was a lot about his ability to work with the Shen teleport protecting him, the Sivir speed boost enabling him to go super aggressive, and allow him to move back and forth, get good Cassiopeia ultimates off, as well as be the DPS and provide that from the back line.
I always see teams trying to get that Shen and Rek'Sai in your full global coverage. Still may see the Shen try to come in, but it is the Sivir pickup first. So much priority for Lod on that now without the Lucian and Ezreal doing so well for him. It just really helps the team overall, not just Lod.
And APX have not been able to handle it.
Nope.
Karma, though, will be traded. That's a very big pick away. As we said in game one, you know, Envy, Hako's most played, Ninja's second most played. Definitely a favorite of Team Envy. So again, Apex, good steal away. Plus, the Elise, as we said last time too. So
mirrored, almost like mirrored picks. Keep it going. The Karma was banned last game, but very much like the first game in picks that we saw. Proxim was taking that Elise. They had that Karma for Hakuo. What will they decide here? These two picks were Braum and Jhin last game. It is going to be a Trundle and a Victor, actually.
Yep, Trundle going to change hands here. Seraph will be able to have confidence in his 1 versus 1 now. See if he can get a melee matchup versus Ray. Not fall behind. There's that very reliable Victor picked up for Ninja.
Do I want the cast?
Are they going to pick it up? Because, you know, they do have Karma supporting cast, but I have to be a little bit worried about Sivir speed on the other side. Okay, they lock it in.
Yeah, they got the
and
cast.
They give Apollo something. Now, let's see. So if we do think about it, because Apollo's most played has been Caitlyn, and it looks like it will come up again for him. The Siege adds a lot of, you know, extra zoning here. If they can siege up, Karma poke, cocoons are coming out. The Caitlyn trap is going to try and lay a line down. However, Envy are setting up with the Sivir speed boost to be able to run around all of the abilities of Apex and try and collapse on those squishy targets. So Apex is probably going to want to round that composition out with something like the Gnar, like we saw from Ray earlier on, to try and set up the rest of his team.
I think they should. It was so huge. Imagine being able to scoop everybody right towards your mid laner, which while in itself is extremely dangerous. Hopefully it works, but the Gnar and the Olaf being picked up over here. So that's Olaf in the jungle, support Trundle once again for Hakuo. I mean, he crushed on it last game with the team.
Got a bunch of kills, got a lot of assists there from the Gragas ultimates.
Why not again?
Bobbing him into the team. I really do like that steal away from Envy, though, because the Gnar was the thing we were looking at to pull this comp together for Apex. And besides that, Ray has run all full damage champions. So here we go. He's going to have Shen. I take that back. He has had a Shen game before, so could be how they want to answer that front line this time around. But Seraph will be happy. He doesn't have to be the one now taking the beating.
I like this. So you played this? We'll play this. Shen, the Cassiopeia might be the lock-in for Apex.
Yeah, a lot of picks traded back and forth in this game. Ha-ha!
Yes!
There you go, Riz.
Let's go!
Just as we thought, they were going to go with the other tank.
More excited than anybody about that.
Nah. And this is definitely a full damage Jarvan. So, Lod, are you ready? Hope you won't have flashbacks of the last time they played, because Sivir once again. Gonna be Ray's target.
Love to hear their cons right now. I'll be like, oh boy.
Well,
Guys,
the thing
please.
is, it's a very punishable pick early on. Everybody likes to jump to the end of games where you see full 80 Jarvan games. They're like, oh my god, that's broken. He's just one-shotting everybody. However, in order to get to that point, you have to have
It's hard work.
an early game where you're able to not get crushed, because Jarvan does have the possibility of falling behind pretty heavily early. See what Ray can do. That's definitely going to attract junglers as well. Maybe it's going to be a lane swap here from APX to bypass that.
All right, well, we're back again. We're going to be getting into Game 3 shortly. Time to show your team support over on Twitter with either hashtag MVWin or hashtag APXWin. The votes have been quite close throughout the game. So have the games and obviously the series, because we're headed into a Game 3. These guys are testing each other's limits mentally, physically, and championly. We're about to get on the rift. Let's see what they do for Game 3. It's going to be Envy versus Apex, and one of these guys is going to be moving up in the standings.
All right, I'm super excited for this Gnar Jarvan lane, because Jarvan definitely, the all-in pressure is what's scary for Gnar. Gnar's, as we say, if they're facing a lane like this, what they want to do is play a safe early game until they get to buy some items and build up their stats, because mini Gnar is very vulnerable to all-ins. And if there is an Elise around, then Seraph would get popped very quickly. As Shrimp is going to go for an early, but as we see, actually, prefacing the Apex attempt at a lane swap, they do have a couple people circling around up there, as Shrimp will also head up to the top side. Jarvan's showing, but they already have Apollo in the brush, so a little bit of a mind game here from Apex. Yep, double pings down bottom actually for Apex. Now they'll send their duo down there. As much as we focus on the top lane, Caitlyn and Karma is such an oppressive duo lane. And even though Sivir lanes, if they can gain control of the minion wave, get to push people in, a Sivir and Trundle has no lane priority. Trundle will just get absolutely obliterated by a double range Caitlyn Karma combo and poke down. So as much as we want to see the top laners 1v1, it looks like the duo lane here, Trundle Sivir does not. What's the joke? We missed the joke.
I mean, we missed that. We must have. They were just laughing. Get to the party late.
Rast
Having
here.
a little fun. The waves haven't met yet. You can see Lod's like, I can throw one boomerang, meet the waves before anything really happens, but they are going to deter this first attack on the Krugs and make their way up to the top side. Special, he's on a wild goose chase right now.
Yep, nobody's down there. They've already taken the Raptors and gotten away with it. Meanwhile, Trundle is going to continue to do the same thing. Hako is trailing through the jungle to make sure Shrimp doesn't get greedy and start more camps on this red quadrant. Shrimp is not, you know, he's giving him the respect. He's like, okay, you chased me out, I'm out of here. They just took the small Krug as well, so Shrimp is definitely behind here as Ray is trying to soak minions on the top side. Dangerous game here with Jarvan as the rest of Envy are closing in to zone him off. He did get 2 minions though. Every little bit counts early for top laners in the lane swap, and he'll just teleport down onto the first minion for the bottom push probably. Get that going. Once again, though, Seraph, they make the choice to just walk up to the turret. They don't use his early teleport. We'll see if it actually matters this time, because it did not matter previously that Seraph had the extra teleport cooldown.
That's true. They never really worked on anything. Just an early flash on Apollo, as it were, in his Jhin. A little bit of a finders, keepers in the jungle, but it looks like Shrimp already made off with everything he needed, so we're not going to see that they get too much on the way out. Doesn't look like Proxen gains. No, he does. He gets red. All right. That's actually very good. Finders, keepers, indeed. You'll see now on the mini-map there is Shrimp heading over to get his own red buff.
And it is going to be a difference of 1 wave here for Apex, because Ray used his teleport to get down there quicker, and they put down the turret quicker. Now we'll see if Apex, with this slight timing lead on the lane swap, are able to transfer that into a neutral objective. Shrimp right now taking away red at least, but man, Shrimp is so far behind. He definitely has a lot more camps to work with right now to pick up, but he has a lot of ground to make up
2 levels.
As he got chased out with just the small Krug initially, and then went back for the Raptors, and we saw Proxen there exchanging blows with him, chasing him out once again with the axes, but it cost a lot of Shrimp's time, not only health, but definitely gonna have to try and make that up. Now, one interesting fact is that when you are trying to make up experience in the jungle, you want to go for Raptor camps over and over because there's a flat amount of experience on every jungle monster that you kill if you're behind in levels. That helps you catch up. There are obviously the most number of jungle monsters in Raptor camp because there's 4. So you get that small flat bonus more time and helps you catch up quicker. There you go. If you're behind, go for Raptors.
Thanks, Kobe. Today I learned. But I'm not a jungler anyways.
Well,
I'll let my junglers know.
If you want to keep the enemy jungler behind, steal his Raptors. Make him rage.
There you go. I'll do that as support. 5 minutes into this one. 7.4 across the board. Nobody's really made a move as the lane swap keeps things nice and slow in the early game. And we'll be going on the second turret for each team here. 34 to 41 in mid. Keen's just throwing down the poison. Ninja will catch back up with these waves. So nobody's really broke this game open just yet.
Yep, still a little bit of a lead here, but not much of a difference. As Olaf first to level 5, and Shrimp is fully catching up there.
Yep. Hoping to slow down Proxen as he took most of his jungle, left the other one, so Proxen only have a little bit and then have to wait. Maybe that'll be the transition where Shrimp finds himself getting a little bigger. For now, though, Infernal first Drake. Envy had pretty much every Drake last game. They'll carry that into this one, starting with the number 1.
Yeah, Olaf adds so much damage, able to get low in lane swap situations. You have a pretty good idea of where the enemies are, so you can just hover on that low health, get extra attack speed. They move right off of that 10 seconds or so advantage in the turret trade, get that Infernal in their pockets perfectly. And Envy, once again, Envy come out ahead in objectives off of the lane swap. Second time in a row, we're able to manage the early Drake against APX. And second game in a row, Ray, well, not in a row, but Ray goes with the Cull as a solo laner. Leaves the lane up here for Envy to freeze. Seems their duo lane. Not going to freeze it, though. It's a silver lane.
Push it out. Get the gold. Push another lane. Looks like mid lane may be the next thing if they can get some pressure onto Keen. Something looking at as we went for the first few levels, and it may come into play as there is a lack of hard CC on this Envy squad. So they may have a trouble locking down members of Apex.
Yeah. Unless Seraph is able to get a good flash Gnar out.
Right.
But again, so much objective focus from Envy. They get not only the early Drake, but they're going to trade this Rift Herald possibly for the secondary turret. Because right now, Apex are going full steam ahead down bottom lane. And they're going to press up against the turret. We've seen this so many times, though, where the team pressing for the secondary turret only gets about half of it. It's very hard to finish off the secondary turret. They're going to make their best attempt at it, though. Try and DPS it down, put down healing traps. But yeah, it's only going to be about half of it, as Silver should be able to clear out this wave. And Envy get Infernal Drake, plus they get the glimpse of the Void over on Seraph to set up the Gnar, splitting against the Jarvan. And all the neutral objectives going in Envy's favor only cost them an extra 50% of turret health.
It's got to feel good. Seraph almost level 6, and that top side feels pretty safe even without a forward vision being placed around that red side. And Gnar's out here. This might be his final wave as he wants to get it pushed at the turret. Feeling that flag and drag may be a bit of danger. Pushing in Apex on the bottom side. They put all over the red quadrant vision wards down to the bottom to make sure if Lod is coming up with anybody else on the team.
Yeah. Also does prep the teleport from Ray. If Ray shoves hard on the top side, then you'll know he's trying to get his level 6 and teleport in behind that duo. It would be a risky play from Apex, but possibilities are definitely there.
Small cleanup here. Keen still stacking the tier, just about 100 on that. Much slower of a game for the mid laners here, as they haven't seen too much pressure. But that gold lead by Envy slowly growing. It's if they can start to grab the map control. Right now they have resources on the bottom side with about 4 members and a possible teleport from Seraph. He's quite low though, so that may come from base.
Yeah, Seraph has been relegated to the jungle because he left that top lane wave right in front of Ray's turret, and Ray is freezing. He's not trying to push hard for a level 6 and go for that teleport gank.
Nope.
Just freezing in front of his turret and counting on the rest of the team to hold theirs. Backed by Keen means they lose a lot of pressure on mid, but they should be able to get in there before it drops. Attempt at zoning here with the gravity shield.
Pretty good pathing from lane to lane as you break down the outer turrets. Envy's using that short distance just between top or mid and bottom, I should say, right now. And they may even fight for this blue. Infernal Drake is going to be the next one. We still got some time for that, so everybody's just waiting around for this objective blue.
Yep, and Ray has finally broken the freeze on the Jarvan in the top side. He's prepping for a play.
Shrimp up. He'll be falling right down in the same spot. They don't want to run too far, but actually they do as the teleport comes in.
Oh!
A great turn on Keen's ultimate, but Ray is still here. Locks in Ninja, and he doesn't have anywhere to go. Cataclysm's going to be broken as soon as Ray gets out, and it's still a back and forth. Seraph may drop it special, but he winds himself through the team in the undertow from Prox and takes him down. Seraph so close to gnawing out, but it's not enough. And Envy are left guessing, will it happen, will it not? They choose no, and they back out as members fall on both sides.
Whoa, what a frantic fight here in the jungle as the teleports came in pretty odd positions.
Yeah.
Seraph really surprised APX there, teleporting on such a deep ward. And Shrimp did not expect him to be on the other side of that wall when he flashed over. Regardless, though, Ray was the one who got the bonus first blood money. Here we go, though. This is how it all started off. Fog of War play. They rush down on Shrimp. They're able to chunk him down, but he buys a lot of time with the rappel, and they don't see the teleport. There he goes over the other side of the wall, and he meets Seraph on the other side, but the main course here is in the middle. Ray able to get Ninja caught with that Cataclysm and flashing out. This is how it's a fight on 2 different sides here, as the Sivir is going to come up from the bottom as well. Lod is able to finish off Shrimp in the end, so both of them exchanging, and it is a 2 versus 2. But first blood money fuels the Jarvan war machine, heading towards his Ghost Blade.
Already.
The more flat armor penetration Jarvan gets, the more difficult the game gets for Lod.
It's already shredding with his abilities. Subjugate has to be used on Apex bot lane just to get out of that one alive. Hakuo unfortunately having to use the ult there just after a pretty big fight, as well as Dragon coming up in 3 seconds. Seraph comes down, his teleport is not up, and neither is Gnar anymore, so they're going to be fighting this one a little underpowered. We'll see if they can still hold it. Keen cleans up the last few minions in mid, and it's time to Dragon Dance.
Yep, this Drake actually unfortunate for Envy. There's a pretty big wave up on the top side that's built up for Apex, and with everybody circling around Infernal, that thing is probably going to go to waste. Let's see about the maneuvering, though. Everybody's trying to get the Fog of War advantage so they can get a pick. Shrimp throws out the cocoon, but nobody around to answer. Defending pink wards is basically what this is all about right now.
This should be an incredible fight for Envy to win. That lack of CC, Apex has scuttle control for more speed. They can get pretty much wherever they want to position in this fight, but Envy doesn't look like they're going to give up just yet.
There is a huge advantage as well for the Caitlyn team to try and set up traps first.
That's true.
There are so many small areas leading into the river. That's why Envy, they don't want to walk through those small areas. They push right up mid, move with the minion wave, and get a lot of turret damage here. Seraph actually commits to the turret kill, and they're going to get it.
There you go. Make him walk to the beat of your drum, and it actually may have cost Seraph his life. He goes down, not expecting a full initiation from Keen, but it was enough.
Yeah, nobody really on the same page there. Not quite sure how to act for Envy, but Apex, they fire all ultimates. No hesitation there. And they're able to get the kill. Nobody steps in front of the Caitlyn ultimate. Apollo cashes in, and that also earns them an Infernal. It's tit for tat again, Riv. Mid turret does end up going down, but
I mean, there's almost no reason to pressure this or even chase more.
Well, I mean, if they were all on the same page and everybody moves up, but Miasma cuts everyone off. You can see the rest of the team is not on the same page as Seraph.
Seraph was about to gnar.
Yeah.
Literally, if he had moved, you saw him actually gnar when he started flipping, which means that bar is gone. So they actually thought they were going to go in, like you said, though, without the communication.
Yeah, coordination. The setups for these two teams, a little bit split. And right there, Seraph was really the only one moving forward. You can see Ninja was hesitating. He was like, you sure about this, dude? Because the rest of the guys are back there at our turret.
I want to believe you. I want to believe you. Look out, Ray taking some big damage here. Jarn's fist and the pickaxe for Seraph makes him pretty big, along with some damage. And Lod low on mana looks to pick a bit up there. A bit of a spider battery, if you will. Ooh, Ray.
Chunked out.
He's like, I need some assistance. So I can clear these minions.
Helping out with the cull, though. He's still got 47 left to go on the cull before that pays off.
Things are slowing down. Like you said, it's that Jarvan pick that everybody goes to the late game and sees going crazy, but if it gets the hit in the early game, it doesn't flourish right away.
First Blood is going to help him out, and they're moving him down to the bottom lane so he can try and soak up these minions that Seraph is pushing up to the turret and try and get him to cash in on his cull, but that's really what they're waiting for. Ghostblade's been completed, so he does have the flat armor penetration to try and take down squishies in the back line. That's what that Jarvan combo is about. You get the Dragon Spike, the Dragon Strike, his little lance right through somebody to shred some armor. And then you got your flat armor penetration right after that, getting very close. True damage.
He's still scary. We still see him going for the back line. His items have not stopped him yet, if he's completed him or not. So expect to see more of that on the Rift. And we'll have to see what happens here past 15 minutes. Next Cloud Drake, warded up by Apex already with 3 pink wards. So a lot of trinkets towards the top side of the map and vision. Trying to keep that breadcrumbed up and safe. Giving paths to entrance and exit, as well as all of these Caitlyn traps. Pretty much just nullifying fast engages here from Envy if they're all trying to fit through.
It's all coming down to mid-game, very close in gold. Infernal Drake, 1 apiece, right next to each other in the standings. Game 3. Who's going to make the first move? Because these are the games where you start getting a little antsy on stage. You know, a lot goes with who's able to take this series.
You do a lot more things that you wouldn't have in game 1, right? Those decisions, you've had this not happen enough. He keeps getting away with a little bit of health. So next time I will flash to secure that. But that's the fight that your team gets aced. Those kind of mental thoughts happen, and they get more dangerous as the game goes on. You got to reel them in.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of the reason why people love watching Ray so much. He's one of those guys that you're very scared of because he's kind of crazy building full damage on like every champion, but you respect it. Everybody playing League of Legends is like, that's kind of crazy to build full damage, but I like it. I definitely respect someone who's going to go full offense.
Damn good job at it.
Because it's heavily punishable if you mess up, right? But if you do it right and you find that AD carry in the back line, you look great. 100% him. See if you can.
You get your own montage.
Yeah, exactly. You get your own montage. People tell stories about you for years to come. Not years, but maybe
it's up to you to make it years. 102 right now. We're waiting to see if Ray goes off this game. He's got the crowd control from his team to keep things locked in place. Looks like they're going to trade turrets, though. Stay away from the fight. They know Ray is big. They'll just step up to him with 4 members, and he won't be able to do much. Turret traded as well on the other side of the map. Mids still stand here on the side of Envy. And Apex has fallen on all the outer turrets. See how Envy acts here. Now going for that second tier in mid, knowing they have the upper hand. Members backing, just under 20 minutes, so no home guards to come out just yet. This may be enough minions to have the turret fall, but Seraph isn't going to stay for this one.
Yeah, because they were a bit behind on the turret trade. Keen has to man up himself and clear the wave, soaking a lot of damage. He's kind of lucky that Envy didn't pull the trigger, considering how far the rest of the members of Apex were behind him. But it is always so scary to try and do something like that against a Cassiopeia. If you mess up one little bit, like everyone doesn't turn their backs at the perfect time, you get stunned under the turret, you lose an ace this early into the game. That is critical, and nobody wants to be that team to try and dive a Cassiopeia this early on and get it turned around on it.
See what they can do here. Approaching the turret, a very nice laser And the Mantra shield pretty much meant Ninja might have lost his life, but it was the pressure to say we're putting down traps, we're taking this out, and a few shots for Apollo before they get the next minion wave. It's actually back at the other turret, so they are going to have to kind of walk away from this one.
Yeah, we do get to see the power of the siege trap line from Caitlyn when there's 4 range members. Something extra Elise does bring as a jungler, very rare nowadays. Just Graves and Elise are really the premier ones. As far as range ones go, sieging up, adding that extra presence at the turret. Here we go though, some action mid over the pink wards, Keen in a tight spot.
Nobody wants to fully commit here. They don't have enough. Seraph's not ready to teleport in, it seems. And they don't decide to go on X special. They want to get that mid wave control, then they'll have top wave control. This is that setting things up. And without pushing yourself too far, they get out of that one pretty safe and unscathed.
Yeah, interesting to watch, you know, how well Apex can try and control the lane here. Working with the miasma and the trap lines to try and funnel Envy into a spot where the skill shots are easier to land. Somebody gets caught up, then they can get bursted down very quickly.
How long has it been since we've seen a fight? A few minutes here. There's definitely been some item completions. We haven't seen the power of everybody on the Rift just yet, so something could be quite explosive. That Tiamat has been in Ray's hands for quite a while, so he'll be able to explode somebody even more.
Yeah, and they've been shifting Ray around to catch all the side waves.
Yeah, all
he was
the side
just
things.
bottom, shoved out bottom. Now there's a big one built top. They send him up there, even with a Drake on the field. They don't care that much about Cloud Drake. They'd rather get more money onto Ray. He popped his skull. He just picked up that huge wave that was in front of the turret, and now he's out pushing it again. Match completed. They're going to try and pressure mid with a 4-man poke squad.
The teleport could be just on that ward. You're seeing Hakuo Ninja stand by. Seraph in front of the turret. Can't do too much to deter Apollo and Xpecial, but clear the minion waves, really.
Yeah, they're not respecting Seraph because he's in Mininar form with no rage built up. If Laud was already with the team, a little bit more respect would be given to them, but not the case here. Xpecial gets...
There's the flash. Seems like they called to be safe on that one as well. Ray didn't even stop farming. Didn't even look to teleport on that.
Yep.
He's flying down the lane right now. And that's been great. Do the yo-yo, Apex disengages, shows like they kind of want it, and they say, no, we don't. And Ray's had all this time to clear top, 159 to 112 now. He's going to be backing with 2,000 gold.
Yep, we can see the difference in the priority here. Whereas Ray's getting shifted around to
Yeah,
pick up
sword.
both side waves, Envy are putting all that money into Laud. When the big wave gets pushed up, Laud heads up there, he goes to pick it. And that's going to be a lot of money off the field for Envy if Ray gets a successful kill onto Laud. You know, if he 100% Laud, all these minions that Envy are putting into him on the Sivir aren't going to mean anything. You never get to use your items if you're dead. But that's what we said. You know, there's a very small margin for error if you run these very high damage, low survivability compositions like Apex are doing right now.
Yeah.
If you make it work, then you look great. You get your highlight reel. You win the game. But if you fail in a spectacular fashion. Getting killed inside your own cataclysm is a rough thing.
It hurts. You're trying to make a statement, and they just write off on it.
Yeah.
Nothing comes of it. This mid turret still stands, but probably not for long.
Well, Ray is looking to snipe from the side here. If Seraph has to teleport in, it would be way too late. Ooh, very good ward there from Hakuo, and Envy do see Ray lying in wait. That should allow them to back off. There's the engage!
Flag and drag from Ray went out. They don't have much initiation here, and there's the chase down. Trying to see Seraph come over the wall now. Can't get Gnar. Yes, he does get onto Xpecial. That bar is going to go off very soon. Apex is in trouble right now as they're trying to run away from this skirmish. And it finally ends with 2 kills going over to Ninja. It looks like they're going to try to complete the middle turret as well as the minion wave is just a tad behind them.
Yep. The Olaf just pops Ghost, ultimate runs at you, and you have to respect. Seraph still has flash. Oh, Ray goes in for it!
On to Laud. A quick heal comes out there, and they instantly turn onto Ray. He thought it would be a rinse and repeat. History would repeat itself, but it doesn't happen this time. He's put down immediately. Shrimp falls after. Right as he comes down, it's going to be the kill for Laud, and quick acting from Envy puts them very far in the lead and is going to start inhibitors at 23 minutes. Will they continue? They're very, very low. And Special could put out some damage here. Looks like they have enough time. They have the ability to hightail it out of here. And the moves being made by Envy for 2 games in a row now.
Yep. If it fails in spectacular fashion,
Yep.
and the game gets blown open here. Only 24 minutes in, inhibitor already destroyed. So, more reliable comp here from Envy. The Olaf can just run through all of the traps right to the back line. And look at Seraph in the river. He's walking up. This is a 4 versus 5 with the Sivir speed boost as Envy chase Apex away. But they have to respect. Seraph immediately charging up, gets his Gnar very quickly as they take down the 2 stragglers here. And he still has flash after this. So the flash initiations are what you have to worry about under turret. Then questionable decision here. After you've lost 2 members, this is a 3 versus 5. And Sivir still has both summoner spells. I don't think Apex were keeping track of lot summoners because he's got heal inside of the Cataclysm, and the 5 members just focus him, turn him around, and that's that embarrassing thing where you die inside your own Cataclysm. I mean, he put it down and he walked
was
outside
ready, man.
of it,
Lod was
but
like, is that you? Spell
yeah,
shield.
I
Not
see
this
you.
time.
I see you on the outside there. Spell shield and heal. Keeps himself alive. Everybody on the team focused down the Jarvan. And you don't get very many attempts at that sort of play.
No, you absolutely do not. Looks like they're going to try to make it happen once again, though, on the side of Envy. They keep pressuring down into Apex, clearing the wards as soon as they go down. Apex can't even put themselves down a security system at this point.
Oh.
Ray goes over the wall onto Proxen, not really where he wants to be and doing damage, and Ray goes down once again. Is Apex ready to engage? A double Gnar ultimate on Special. That was Shrimp as well. He gets a nice repel on the other side of the fight, but can't stay alive for long. A beautiful gravity field in the choke point. Reels Apex back in for more kills. And I said they may not have a lot of crowd control, but they move like race cars and can always catch up to their opponent.
Well, there they go, inside the base as well.
Wow.
Race is on. They've got a minion wave as well. Actually, 20 seconds on most people. They can at least get a Nexus turret. Maybe 2 Nexus turrets here. Super minions.
Gonna be, yeah, the super minions are already crashing in. 26 minutes in. Both our previous games have gone to 30 minutes, seeing each team be very head-to-head.
Yeah, you gotta be a little bit careful, though. They're starting to come out of the base.
Oh, dear.
Teleport comes in. They're going for the end.
Teleport slows the minion down as well, though. It could be attacking the Nexus. They're going to get shots onto it. No eyes on the champions. Eyes on the Nexus. Eyes on the win. And Envy moved themselves up in the standings, creating the gap they wanted. Envy take down Apex.